Welcome to Porch Time with Bill Benson, and I'm having a blast here on the porch with friends of mine and musicians that I have come to know and respect and like to know better. This episode I have someone I met maybe a year or so ago in New Haven, Frank Critelli. Frank?
How you doing, buddy?
Right.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, my pleasure. And Frank is from the New Haven area. And tell everybody out there a little bit about you.
A little bit about me. Well, I'm a singer-songwriter and have been pretty much my entire adult life. I got into the booking game a little bit, so I like to book some certain acts, and we host a series at Cafe 9 in the matinee series on Sundays. So I get to book some acts there. And I do a radio show with Rick Allison called The Local Band Show, and it's on WPLR.
Nice.
Rebroadcast on cygnusradio.com, which we all kind of work in as well.
Right, right. So in your, how long have you been doing this?
This, since I was in my 20s,
Yeah.
give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you decided at a certain point that that was your calling and that's what you were going to do?
I'm not really sure about that. Sometimes I feel like certain things call you, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I guess from a very young age, I've always been attracted to people who created things, you know? Like, you know, I got a great record collection when I was a very young kid. And I just remember always looking at those guys and wanting to be one of them or wanting to be like them, you know? Yeah. And I never really got any formal musical training. I've never taken a guitar lesson or anything like that. But I just, but sometimes it's better that way. I think,
yeah.
I've always considered maybe taking lessons now. Maybe it would open up my songwriting a little bit or something.
Yeah, I'm a lousy student, so I know that it wouldn't work.
Right. But I've just always been attracted to it, you know? And when the opportunity came for me to buy a guitar when I was in college, I bought a guitar, and that was it.
So the show really is about you, my guests, and my friends. So play a song.
Cool. This is a song called "Ghost in My House," and I figured out recently that I might be fictitious. You might be fictitious too.
Yeah.
There's a ghost in my house and he wanders the kitchen. He drinks all the beer and then does the dishes. There's a ghost in my house, he does a fair bit of smoking. There's a ghost in my house and I'm not even joking. Now the ghost in my house ate the last of the bread, and he caught me more than once, not doing what I said. But the ghost in my house and I mostly get along, because the ghost in my house helps me write all my songs. There's a ghost in my house, it's a hell of a thing to exorcise his demons. He joins with the choir to sing Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. Now the ghost in my house does his share of the chores, and he tells me where to go if I suggest that he do more. Because the ghost in my house does whatever feels pleasing. He says he don't love me, but I know that he's teasing. There's a ghost in my house and I don't understand it. There's a ghost in my house, but he's welcome here, damn it.
Yeah. So do you have a ghost in your house?
I totally do. But I think it's me. That's the thing, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not sure how the dishes get done. I wake up and they're done. How the heck did that happen?
Yeah.
You know? Or you just sort of like maybe kind of wander through life. You float through life.
Yeah.
You ever feel like that?
I do. So, do you have a singular, or maybe, not singular, but do you have an influence that you can go back to in your youth and your present that says, these people influenced me in how I write and how I listen and what I want to convey?
That's a great question. Probably, everybody is influenced by every little experience, no matter how minute it might seem at the time. Somehow register subconsciously and you take it with you forever.
Yeah.
But certain people, as far as songwriters go or artists go, that have been there for the entire time, that I feel like I discovered early and continue to discover. So it would probably be like, the Beatles and Bob Dylan and Cat Stevens and stuff like that.
Cat Stevens.
Certainly Bob Dylan being the most prolific writer that, I know of.
Yeah.
And as far as like, with a focus on the lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never considered myself a great guitar player or a great musician. I use songs and the guitar to put forth a lyrical idea. You know what I mean? To play around with words and rhymes and stuff like that.
Right, yeah. And I have mine and Cat Stevens you mentioned, and I love Dylan. I'm not a big fan of his voice, but lyrically, he's incredible.
Somebody said one time, there's an old saying, like maybe it's a Zimbabwe saying or something like that, that says, if you can talk, you can sing, and if you can walk, you can dance. And he's almost got that sort of talk style. I think.
Yeah.
And he certainly sings with expression and emotion.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's what
no
people
doubt about
respond
that.
to.
Yeah. Do you recall the first song that you wrote that you said, "Oh, I can do this," or I mean, we all think when we're young that we can be rock stars or superstars or songwriters or whatever, but that one song that you wrote that said, "Oh," and responded to by
obviously
more than your family, that you said, "Okay, I can do this."
What's the this? Like I could be a songwriter?
I can be a songwriter, or I have something to say and I can say it this way.
I'm still not sure.
No?
If I have something to say or how to say it, I'm kind of just muddling through, but I do remember the first song that I ever wrote that seemed like a song to me.
Yeah.
That, was organized or had a bridge or, it was somehow a song. And it was called Home by the Sea. And I wrote most of it coming home. I was living in Somerville, Massachusetts at the time. And this is the extreme late 80s.
Yeah.
89, probably December of 89. And I visited Rockport, Massachusetts, and I was on the commuter rail coming home from my first visit there. And I started to write down some of the lyrics.
Yeah.
And this is it. I can play for you if you like.
I love it.
Sometimes ordinary days get complicated, and you need somewhere to run. Ideas and actions are easily stated, but not so easily done. done. And when it's time to get away, time to run, time to flee. When it's time to clear your mind, I know where you'll be. Maybe I'll come visit you at your home by the sea. Sometimes ordinary people don't understand, and you need to be alone. Well, you can always go where you know someone can, and you can always go home. And when it's time to get away, time to run, time to flee. When it's time to clear your mind, I know where you'll be. Maybe I'll come visit you at your home by the sea. And it'll just be you and me. When every noise seems twice as loud, and every braggart twice as proud, when all you can think to do is pray, I'll know where to find you. When no one hears a word you say, and lonely nights fall down the day, when all you can think to do is pray, I'll know where to find you. I'll know where to find you. When it's time to get away, time to run, time to flee. When it's time to clear your mind, I know where you'll be. Maybe I'll come visit you at your home by the sea. And it'll just be you and me. Yeah, home by the sea, right?
You know, I've been writing songs since I was 16, and you know, we all have our own style, we all have our own lyrical direction or whatever. But when I listen to people like you, and you really, you tell a story, but in a way, for me, in a way that I wish I could, but I haven't been able to figure that out yet.
My mom said that everybody has a story, and you should never be ashamed of your story.
Yeah, but so I know that I write a song in a certain way, and it's from my story, and it comes this way. But when I listen to a songwriter that, first of all, engages me in both the melody and the lyrical content in a way that I wasn't really expecting. You know, it's a gift, and thank you. And,
thank you, man.
It's great to hear, and that's the great thing about the show is that I've got people that come on this show that, you know, I've come to know and respect, and you know, I learned something from, you know, and that's a great place to be at. So before the show gets too far away, where in this world can everybody find Frank?
You know, we all have the big Facebook pages and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Facebook is like the giant telephone pole that we all
Absolutely.
staple our songs to now.
Yeah.
You know? So certainly you can find me there. There's YouTube stuff and things like that. There's a frankcritelli.net, but it's woefully updated.
Yeah.
Or unupdated.
We
since
kind of
maybe a couple of years.
Musicians really aren't that great at
No,
that, right?
no. No, that's the thing.
Yeah. And do you have recordings out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, a bunch, and you can find stuff on CD Baby and things like that.
Nice, nice. Play another.
All right. Well, we were talking about Dylan before, and Dylan put out a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but a couple of them anyway, of those songs like that were Bob Dylan's Dream number 26.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they weren't dreams. I'm pretty sure they were just sort of, playing with words and rhymes and things like that. This is a song that was sort of modeled after one of those, and it's called Frank Critelli's Dream number 1 through 3. And these weren't dreams either.
No.
They all happened in real time. They were just sort of surreal moments. Mm-hmm. So they were dream-like. And this is a bluegrass song. You can imagine the banjo on it. Well, I dreamt I saw St. Joseph. He was loading up a van with blisters on his hands, an ever strong and ever gentle family man. And then I saw the Virgin Mary, and she was driving in her car, returning from the grocery store, so beautiful, maternal, and adorable. And I dreamt I was there when their eyes met. It was love at second guess. And I could see that they could see they were blessed. And I dreamt I was friends with Da Vinci, and we sat in my backyard. He beat me every time at cards. We talked of love and death and God and stars. And then along came Albert Einstein, and we got drunk on Chardonnay. They talked all night and the next day, and I listened, but I didn't dare to say that I dreamt I was there when their minds met and sparked with a shared understanding that birth and death are accidents, life is random. And I dreamt I was singing a tune under a strawberry moon, but the words, they came out wrong, and no one liked the song that I'd written and had practiced for so long. And then we all drove home, each of us alone, and we thought about our words and what we saw and what we heard, and we realized a miracle occurred. That we were there together, all in the same room, for better or worse, that connects us in the universe.
I did hear the banjo.
Didn't you?
I did.
That was Professor Richard Neal on the banjo.
Mm-hmm. So we were playing around a little bit before with the song.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Play around a little bit.
You wanna try a little bit?
Play around a lot more, actually.
All right. So everybody knows this song, and
everybody thinks they know this song, but does everybody know this song?
no, they hear it.
Like know it. Like
no,
intimately.
they don't.
No. Sometimes they do.
Yeah. But I love singing it this way.
Mm.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I had a dream you held me tight. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You said you'd love me forever, and then no one would come between. But now that you left me to love another, you have shattered, you shattered all my dreams. 'Cause you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh no, please don't take my sunshine away.
I'm going to do your version of that song forever. That's a smart chord
Nice.
thing.
I love it.
Giving you credit. I'm just
All right. Sweet. All right, Frank.
Buddy, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Good to hang out with you.
So we have a couple minutes. The porch goes out quickly. It goes way too fast. We play us out.
Oh, okay. Well, this is my big sing-along song.
Thank you very much for coming on the porch, my friend.
Brother, thank you.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Same here.
When the flood waters rise, and we'll all go fishing. If the house burns down, we can warm our hands. When someone does us wrong, that's the time for forgiving. When the world gives us a licking, we'll do the best we can. Daddy always told me, now son, take a listen. Life isn't always easy when you get to be a man. There's things you ought to know, and sonny, I ain't kidding. You better learn them now, or life will kick you in the can. When the flood waters rise, and we'll all go fishing. When the house burns down, we can warm our hands. When someone does us wrong, that's the time for forgiving. When the world gives us a licking, we'll do the best we can. Said, son, don't you grow up in a hurry. Living is a gift, it's best to take your time. There's no sense in wasting even one day in worry. A smile is the only way to keep yourself from crying. When the flood waters rise, and we'll all go fishing. If the house burns down, we can warm our hands. When someone does us wrong, that's the time for forgiving. When the world gives us a licking, we'll do the best we can. I wake up every morning and I get myself some coffee. Later in the afternoon I drink myself a beer. When evening rolls around then I'm sipping on a whiskey. Some people say that's bad, but it keeps me in good cheer. When the waters rise, then we'll all go fishing. If the house burns down, we can warm our hands. When someone does us wrong, that's the time for forgiving. When the world gives us a licking, we'll do the best we can. Cloudy day, sunny day, it doesn't matter anyway. I gotta ramble on and experience the world. And when I come home, I'll tell you all a story of how I cracked an oyster and I found myself a pearl. When the floodwaters rise, then we'll all go fishing. If the house burns down, we can warm our hands. When someone does us wrong, that's the time for forgiving. When the world gives us a licking, we'll do the best we can. When the floodwaters rise, then we'll all go fishing. If the house burns down, we can warm our hands. When someone does us wrong, that's the time for forgiving. When the world gives us a licking, we'll do the best we can. We'll do the best we can.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Frank.
Appreciate it.